ladies and gentlemen. Today I have the pleasure of sitting down with a young lady that has been in our community for quite a while, and I'm going to let her tell the ties here in just a moment. But she works for a very great organization in our community, New Ventures. I'm being joined today, ladies and gentlemen, by the marketing and sales specialist from New Venture, Anabeth Ivey. Anna, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Pleasure to have you on because you're full of energy, and that's what we need around here sometimes, a lot of energy. But Anna, before we get started talking about what we want to talk about today, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Okay. I was born here in LaGrange, grew up here, graduated from LaGrange High School, go Grangers.
Okay.
Went to school at Georgia Southern University, and then graduated, came back, started working for LaGrange College, enjoyed working with them for several years, and then joined New Ventures about a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I've really been enjoying my time here.
Well, very good. Now, I mentioned about ties, and I think there was a young lady that had a shop downtown LaGrange. Do you happen to know that young lady?
Yes, my mother, Becky Ivey. She owned Ivy Cottage. A lot of people remember that downtown. I have lots of fun memories of downtown LaGrange when it was, being developed, to what it is today. Getting off the school bus and going to hang out at Ivy Cottage after school and helping my mom. So
absolutely, I remember Becky being down there and the Ivy Cottage as well. Now you are the marketing sales specialist for New Venture. Talk a little bit about what New Ventures is, if you don't mind, because a lot of people may have heard of New Ventures, but don't necessarily know what New Ventures is all about. Right.
So a lot of people don't realize New Ventures was founded here in LaGrange in 1971. We started out as a sheltered workshop. After some time, we developed into more of a training program for persons with disabilities specifically. And about 5 years ago, we actually expanded our program to start serving people with barriers to employment as well as people with disabilities.
Okay.
So barriers to employment meaning homelessness, lack of education, lack of work experience, anything like that, lack of transportation, the list goes on. So, lots of people are trying to overcome obstacles by themselves that we would really love to help them with. We even offer wraparound services. So if you are interested in continuing your education, you could join our training program and we can help you get your GED and help you get enrolled in college.
Okay. Then you talked about barriers to employment, and a lot of times people, and you mentioned a few of those, not having your GED or not having transportation. So you all provide those services there through New Ventures, is that to be understood?
We have a lot of partnerships in the community.
Okay.
So with West Georgia Tech would work with us to get the GED. We have a lot of strong, great relationships with other nonprofit organizations in the community.
Okay.
So we have a very fluid referral process, if you will. So we like to work with all of our other nonprofits to, serve our clients as best we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about working with other nonprofits. Talk about how important that is, because like the wraparound services that you mentioned, Anna, so many times we have nonprofit organizations that may, and I don't want to, don't think this happened, but in their individual silos, and then there's so many things that are being done that parallel or overlap or that would enhance what one is doing over here, but may not necessarily know that this one over here is doing something that could enhance. Talk about the importance of that, if you don't mind.
Sure. So Mike Wilson, our CEO, is phenomenal at what he does. And so we actually have partnered with the LaGrange Troup County Homeless Coalition for the past 4 years to host the warming center at our warehouse building on Lucan Industrial Drive. And we also partner with, people like Circles of Troup County and Harmony House and, all of the great organizations out there that are trying to help the same people that we're trying to help. And like you said, it is so important for us to work together because we work so much better together.
Absolutely.
And so it's interesting that you brought that up because there are a lot of conversations happening among the community and the nonprofit community specifically about how we can bring our resources together to better serve our community. And so, we're talking about, how to stay in better communication, how to streamline the processes and how to make sure that, we're not duplicating resources where we, shouldn't be. And so there are a lot of conversations happening right now among these nonprofits to talk about how to bring our services together. So one of the things that you guys may have heard about recently is the coordinated entry that Action Ministries out of Atlanta has brought down to LaGrange. So we've actually partnered with Action Ministries as well. They have office space at New Ventures, and they are helping with the housing crisis here in LaGrange. And they are trying to streamline that coordinated entry process for homeless families and individuals here in Troup County.
Very good. Also important, because a lot of times when you talked about barriers to employment, homelessness, well, I heard you mention that.
Yes.
If you don't have a place of residency that you can get a good night's sleep or a good meal to be able to go back to your job the next day, that's a barrier.
Absolutely.
And it's a barrier that's difficult to overcome until someone can step in and kind of help to understand the situation that person is in. Anna, you were talking, we want to talk a little bit about some of the training areas. I know that, those barriers, but then once you kind of overcome that barrier, you may necessarily need training in specific areas.
Right.
Talk about some of the training that you all are offering, if you don't mind.
Yeah, so I would like to first and foremost say it is paid job training. It does start at $7.25 an hour. And the training program curriculum specifically focuses on things like character, attendance, communication, teamwork, appearance and punctuality, different things like that are very important to an employer. And from the skills side of things, not soft skills, but job skills side of things, we offer opportunities in landscape, janitorial. Landscape could be anything from, a small site to a large corporate site. The janitorial, the scope of work that you learn there could be anything from basic house cleaning to major grounds maintenance with some of our larger industries here in LaGrange. We also offer production and manufacturing opportunities. So we partner with companies like Milliken and Duracell and Interface, and they provide outsourced work for us.
And all very important, because I remember, and I think it's probably 5-6 years that we were talking before we came on. I remember coming out to New Ventures, and there was a gentleman there, and I think you mentioned that he may still be there, that was blind. And at the time, Duracell would send over their 9-volt batteries, and the students would put the caps on them. And this gentleman was remarkable at being able to do that, even having the disability of blindness. And we featured him, and I'm happy to say that I think you have a success story about this gentleman now. Do you mind sharing?
Absolutely, I'm happy to share. So Gabriel Bruce is a client that's been with New Ventures on and off for many years. We've really enjoyed the opportunity to get to know him and his family. So he's 40 years old. He's blind. He's been blind since he was 11. He married his high school sweetheart. They have 3 beautiful children together, and he just got his GED. We are so proud of him. We just had a celebration on Friday to kind of, celebrate the success and get everybody kind of involved. And we just found out yesterday that he is now enrolled at West Georgia Tech to start their business management program in the summer. So we are so thrilled for him, and we are so excited for the opportunities that this is going to open up for him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And let me just, in talking about that, not only this gentleman, but there are other individuals there that have disabilities. And you all are able to work with them. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind, Anna.
Absolutely. So we do work with people with disabilities, and a lot of people don't understand that you have to make specific accommodations for that and allow them the right space and the right setting to work. And so that's something that we have really focused on a lot in all of the work that we do bring in, and something that we try to do as in addition to that is work with community partners to increase their accessibility so that they can hire some of these people after they graduate from our training program. So that is something that we're really working toward, is to kind of increase the awareness about the importance of, hiring people with disabilities, because they can bring a whole new skill set to the table. They are dependable. They are the hardest workers you'll ever meet. They are grateful for their job. They're going to be the ones you can count on always.
Absolutely.
And it's such a joy to be able to work with them and to be able to, help them realize their strengths and work on their strengths and really, kind of help them find what they're good at and what they want to do with the rest of their lives.
That's right. That's right. Now, Anna, you mentioned community partners a number of times, and you mentioned Duracell, and you mentioned, another one. Do you have room for other community partners, or would you all like to make a plea for other community partners at this time?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. So like I said, our training program, we are serving all of these clients coming in the door, and our hope is that after they graduate from our training program, we're able to get them out into the community and find some long-term placement for them, so that they can become independent, successful citizens of our community that give back. And one of the ways that we do that is, like you said, to partner with some of our community industries. So if there's any organization out there that has more work than they know what to do with and they think New Ventures might be able to help, please give us a call.
Okay.
We have over 181,000 square feet of warehouse space. We have loading docks, we have forklifts, we have all of the capabilities of your basic manufacturer, and we are always willing to talk to you and see how we might be able to modify our facilities to help.
Okay. Give them a contact number for you,
Yes,
because they need
so
that. Yeah.
please call us 706-882-7723. You can also find us on Facebook, New Ventures LaGrange, or Instagram, New Ventures Inc. And you can also find our website, newventures.org. We're actually under maintenance right now, so stay tuned. But please give us a call, or we have a staff directory on the current website, and you can find an email address there to contact anybody. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know that our business partners are going to be calling, because Anna, you bring a wealth of energy to an organization that I know that's doing a remarkable job in our community. And you and I were talking before we came on, and you asked the question, how in the world, how is it that the world doesn't know about New Ventures?
Yeah.
And I know with you being there, the world, if they don't know, they will know now, because you bring that energy. And again, New Ventures has been here for a number of years. Back when I was in high school, before you were born, the area was called Troop Tech. Okay?
Right.
That's right. So,
Yeah.
so Ann, I just want to thank you. And if there's anything that we can do here at LGTV to help you get the word out about New Ventures, definitely you have us as a community partner as well.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to talk about such a great mission.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on the show.
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week coming up in just a moment.